Let's be real for a second. Schools taught us how to find the area of a triangle, but not how to build wealth. We spent years memorizing dates, formulas, and random facts we'll never use again, yet nobody ever pulled us aside to say, here's how to actually make money and keep it. That's the problem. We learned how to work for money, but never how to make money work for us. So today, let's fix that. We're going to break down 15 money lessons schools should have taught us, but didn't. Because honestly, if our education system actually cared about financial freedom, most people wouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck right now. Let's start with the first big truth. Your income is not your wealth. Schools make you think that if you land a good job and earn a high salary, you've made it. But here's the reality. You can make $100,000 a year and still be broke. Why? Because it's not about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep, invest, and grow. Think of it like this. Your paycheck is just the starting line, not the finish line. Most millionaires don't live like you'd expect. They're not driving Lamborghinis or wearing flashy designer brands. They drive Toyotas, live in normal neighborhoods, and quietly stack assets while everyone else is showing off on social media. They understand one thing most people never do. Wealth isn't loud. It's quiet. It's built slowly, not flashed instantly. You see this all the time. NBA players making millions end up broke after retiring, while a janitor named Ronald Reed quietly became a millionaire just by investing in dividend stocks. That's the difference between people chasing status and people building systems. If your lifestyle keeps growing faster than your savings, you're not rich, you're just temporarily comfortable. Now let's talk about something powerful schools should have drilled into our heads but didn't. Compound interest. Albert Einstein once called it the eighth wonder of the world. And he was right. Imagine this. If you invest just $500 a month starting at age 20, by the time you're 60, you'd have over $1.2 million. But if you wait until 30 to start, you'll have barely half that. Start at 40, you'll end up with a third. That's not magic, that's math. Compound interest is like having a little army of money soldiers that work for you 24/7. The earlier you start, the bigger your army grows. The longer you let them work, the stronger they become. But schools never taught us this because they weren't designed to create investors. They were designed to create employees. That brings us straight to the next truth. Schools train you to be an employee, not an owner. The whole system was built during the Industrial Revolution when factories needed workers who could follow rules, show up on time, and not question authority. Sit down, raise your hand, ask for permission. That's not education. That's training for the 9-to-5 life. They don't teach you how to start something of your own, how to build assets, or how to make your money work for you. They teach you how to fit into someone else's system, not create your own. And that's why most people never escape the hamster wheel. You'll never get rich renting out your time. You only get rich by owning systems, assets, or skills that make money even when you don't. Now, let's talk about something that's even more valuable than money. Time. Time is your real currency. Every dollar you earn is just time traded away. Think about your job like a subscription you pay for with your life. Most people spend 5 days stressed out just to enjoy 2 days of rest. That's not balance. That's survival. Rich people think differently. They don't think in dollars per hour. They think in leverage per decision. Every move they make is about buying back their time through automation, investments, or outsourcing. Because real freedom isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much of your time you control. And once you understand that, you'll see why your job isn't as safe as you think. Schools told us that a steady job equals stability, but that's one of the biggest lies we've ever been told. Job security is an illusion. One corporate restructure, one layoff, one AI system, and your paycheck disappears. Real security doesn't come from a salary, it comes from skills, adaptability, and multiple income streams. Ask yourself this, if your boss fired you tomorrow, how long could you survive without a paycheck? That number right there is your true financial safety net. The rich aren't scared of losing jobs because they don't rely on one. They build systems that keep making money even when they're not working. So far, we've learned that schools trained us to chase income instead of wealth, ignore compound interest, and live as employees instead of owners. But that's only the beginning, because in the next part, we're going even deeper into how the rich legally protect their money, use debt as leverage, and escape financial traps that most people don't even see coming. Let's be honest, schools taught us how to balance chemical equations, but never how to balance a budget. And that's exactly why lesson number 6 hits so hard. Taxes reward the informed and punish the ignorant. Most people think taxes are unfair. The truth, the system isn't broken, it's just not built for the uninformed. The wealthy don't cheat taxes, they just understand them better. They own assets like real estate, stocks, or businesses, things that get tax breaks. Meanwhile, employees get taxed before they even see their paycheck. It's not magic, it's strategy. If you want to pay less in taxes, own something. If you want to stay broke, stay on the payroll. Now let's talk about a word that scares people but shouldn't: debt. Schools taught us that debt is bad, but the rich know debt is just a tool. The difference is how you use it. Bad debt buys liabilities, like clothes, cars, or gadgets that lose value. Good debt buys assets, like rental properties, cash-flowing businesses, or investments that make money. Robert Kiyosaki built an empire using other people's money, legally. Meanwhile, most people go broke trying to impress people they don't even like. Remember this: if debt makes you money, it's a tool. If it costs you money, it's a trap. And speaking of traps, here's one that almost everyone falls for: saving alone won't make you rich. For decades, we've been told, save your money, but inflation laughs at your savings account. Every year, the value of your money quietly drops while you feel good about being responsible. If you saved $10,000 in 2010, today that money buys what $6,500 used to. You didn't save, you got robbed legally by inflation. The truth is, you don't save to get rich, you save to invest. Saving is step one. Investing is step two. Your money is like a lazy employee. If it's not working for you, it's costing you. Every dollar should have a job, and that job is to multiply. Now let's crush another myth. School grades don't equal financial success. You've probably heard it your whole life. Get good grades so you can get a good job. But here's the reality. Some of the richest people on the planet were terrible students. Steve Jobs dropped out. Richard Branson dropped out. Even Einstein said that education is what remains after one has forgotten what was learned in school. Schools measure how well you memorize. The real world measures how well you apply. Nobody's asking for your GPA when you're building a business or buying a house. Success doesn't care about your report card. It cares about your creativity, your persistence, and your ability to solve problems. And that brings us to the next big truth. Money flows to people who solve problems. The world doesn't pay you for how hard you work. It pays you for how much value you create. A person flipping burgers for 10 hours might make $100. A person who designs a digital app in 2 hours could make $10,000. The difference? Value creation. If you want to make more money, stop asking, how can I earn more? And start asking, how can I solve bigger problems for more people? That's what Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and every self-made millionaire did. They found problems worth solving and built systems around them. But here's the thing, while you're busy trying to make more money, society is busy making sure you spend it. Because consumerism is the modern trap. We're constantly surrounded by ads telling us to buy this, wear that, finance this, upgrade that. And without realizing it, we trade our freedom for stuff that loses value the second it leaves the store. The truth is, you're not falling behind because you're lazy. You're falling behind because you're distracted. Most people say they can't afford to invest, but they spend hundreds every month on subscriptions, coffee, and upgrades they don't need. The rich know something simple. Don't buy things to look rich. Buy assets that make you rich. And once you start doing that, you'll discover one of the most important lessons of all. Passive income buys freedom, not pay raises. You can't grind your way to freedom, you can only build it. A raise might feel good, but it usually comes with more stress, more hours, and less time. That's not freedom, that's a prettier cage. Passive income, on the other hand, pays you even when you're not working. Dividend stocks, rental properties, digital products, YouTube channels, affiliate programs. These are all ways to make money while you sleep. Each dollar you invest becomes like a tiny employee that never complains and keeps depositing money into your account. Here's the harsh truth. Most people wait until they have more money to start investing, but it works the other way around. You make more money by investing. Your salary pays your bills, your investments buy your freedom. Even $50 a month in a simple index fund can grow into six figures over time. The earlier you start, the faster your money grows. And now we reach one of the biggest money lessons schools will never teach you. Financial literacy matters more than any degree. You can graduate with honors and still not know how to file taxes or manage debt. That's not intelligence, it's system design. Schools were built to create employees, not financially free people. If you understand how credit works, you'll never fear it. If you understand how compound interest works, you'll never ignore it. If you understand how assets create cash flow, you'll never rely on a paycheck again. Financial literacy is the real education that sets you free. And once you master that, something amazing happens. You stop trying to look wealthy and start becoming wealthy. You start moving in silence. The richest people don't flex. They don't need to. The real wealthy drive used cars, live in normal homes, and quietly build freedom while everyone else is showing off fake success online. Because here's the final truth that ties everything together. Wealth isn't a number, it's a mindset. You don't become rich when you hit a certain dollar amount. You become rich the moment you start thinking differently about money. The broke mindset says, I can't afford it. The wealthy mindset asks, how can I afford it? That's the difference between surviving and thriving. Once your mindset shifts, your reality follows. You stop chasing money, and money starts chasing you. So remember this, schools might not teach you how to get rich, but you don't need permission to learn. Start small, read about money, invest a little, track your spending, build something that pays you back. Every dollar you control today is a vote for your future freedom. You don't need a classroom to learn wealth. You just need the courage to start. Because real education doesn't happen in school, it happens when you decide to change your life.